Then we got the first trailer for the first DC Studios project, which is Creature Commandos. Now, remember when James Gunn 2 years ago announced the slate of DC movies coming out and DC projects coming out in DC Studios? He said that Creature Commandos, an animated series coming to Max this year in December, will be the first project, which, before we even watch this trailer, I just want to say, I thought was weird since day one, and I think is even weirder than ever now. Start with the Superman movie. Like, in a world that's so convoluted of, all right, there's a Peacemaker and Peacemaker season 2, but are they connected? Is it a reboot? I'm sure it's all going to be clear once it starts, but kicking off the new DC universe after what we just went through with a animated Creature Commandos by James Gunn story, I just don't know if it's the move.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't get me excited for DC. Like, this seems like a skippable thing.
I look at it as an aperitif, a little hors d'oeuvres, right? A little like, here's where we're going. Here's a little, you know, when you go to like a fancy restaurant and they bring out like a little something for you, like right up, like a little lagniappe or whatever they call it, a little something, something. Like, you're like, I don't really care about
How
this.
many fucking words can you say right now?
There was only 3.
Yeah.
I only know 3 of them. I only know 3.
A little Heinz ketchup.
A little chipotle sauce. This to me is like, it's fun, and I will probably forget that it was out, and I will probably 6 months later watch it and be like, you know what, that was really, Creature Commandos was really, really good. You guys should check that out. Like, I just finished my Adventures with Superman season 2 like a couple days ago. That's how behind the curve I am on that, which, by the way, shout out to that show. It's amazing as well. You guys should watch that. But hey, I love DC animated properties. I think it for you can have a lot of criticisms of the cinematic universe over the last 10 years. Lord knows we all do. But their animated properties have always been consistently good.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Well, I mean, more good than bad.
I don't even know if I'd go that far, but
Really?
their good's amazing. There's a lot of amazing stuff, but there's a lot of shit.
Yeah, there's
just a lot. They put out a lot.
There's a lot of 7 out of 10 stuff, but as opposed to, I don't know, I can name shows right now that I really like. Legit was like, this is destination viewing. Like, that's an episode of that. I need to watch this right now. And the movies are always like, to me, there's some of the best that's ever been. Like, there's some of the best representations of anime. Sorry,
for sure.
Animated movies are best representations of comic book.
Nick, are you okay?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, Harley Quinn show's amazing.
Harley Quinn show's amazing.
Great examples for sure.
Yeah.
I just think that for the launch of this universe and for how awesome Superman's looking and seeing that logo, I'm just thinking it's a little bit weird to put out a project that, had we not known it's the, and again, we haven't even watched the trailer yet.
Yeah.
But had we not known it's part of this universe, we would just imagine, oh yeah, it's just a one-off thing that, like, whatever. And it being the first is my only issue.
I look at it as low risk, low reward. You know, it's like, get it out there. I'm sure it's good enough that people will be like, cool, what's next? Everyone wants Superman.
Start this whole new thing with good enough.
But nobody's thinking about this as the thing that started. Like,
but when they're presenting it that way,
yeah, well, that's
my only point. Is like,
that's fair.
They could have just, feels like an unforced error. Put it out a month later. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm sure Warner was like, we got to get something on our streaming platforms ASAP. Let's go. This is where the money is.
But that's not a good sign for the future of the DCU. But anyways, I don't want to be too negative before we actually see the thing. So let's check out the trailer for James Gunn and DC Studios' Creature Commandos.
General Flag, this is Belle Reeve. For over 50 years, only those at the uppermost levels are aware of its existence.
Are they all the same voice actors from live action? That's cool.
I thought Congress put a stop to all Task Force X activities.
Congress said you can't use human prisoners. These assholes aren't human.
Are you smiling?
Yes.
Looks like quality.
He's pissing!
Gotta get the weasel in there.
Oh my God, weasel.
Always gotta be weasel.
Yes, that is Viola Davis.
Is your new task
Mr.
force.
Haas.
It's been oh so long since G.I. Robot has sent Nazis back to hell.
Let's call it Task
Nathan
Force
Fillion?
M. M for Monster. Also known as...
Maria
a lot of
Bakalova.
people.
Okay.
That's good. Yeah, so coming December to HBO Max. First thought, I think the production of that looks more similar to some of their movies
Yes,
than some of the
definitely.
TV shows, which is good. Like at least they're putting the production budget into it all. And yeah, it looks fun. I love James Gunn. I love his sense of humor, and I love how weird he gets with characters and like makes you care about. I'm literally would never give a fuck about a single person in that trailer. He's gonna make me care about a couple of them, which I think is great. But what's your takeaway?
Good enough to get me to give it a watch. I don't know, day one. It's not a day one watch for me, just based on this trailer, but it is definitely one of those that comes up my blade. I'm like, oh right, that shows a thing. I will click on it and I will watch the first episode of it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Joey's hard
for
pass
me.
on that.
I'm like so not even attached really to the DC universe these days.
I mean, this is the beginning.
I know, but
This is your jump off point.
How amazing!
I don't think it's doing a great job at reining me in, if I'm going to be honest.
How amazing would it be if we all eat our freaking words? We're like, this is the best thing ever. And
yeah.
Commandos becomes the Guardians of the Galaxy of the DC universe.
I mean, but think about it though. Think about Peacemaker, right? Like we looked at that. We're just like, they're making a spinoff about Peacemaker. Like, how is this going to work? And that was one of our favorite projects of the DCU, but even more than that, like it was legitimately amazing.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the inspiration behind that, though. The magic behind that, you're like, I kind of understand what they're trying to do. John Cena as the character, and you know, really leaning into how messed up his psyche was in that. This one, I don't have any context for whatsoever. I don't know who any of these characters are, so it's a little harder sell for me.
Yeah,
but again,
the thing that makes it a harder sell for me is, all right, cool. It's another task force of a bunch of misfits together, and it just feels very like we've seen this before. Having said that, it's animated, which allows them to be fucking weird in ways that live action doesn't allow them to with budget restraints. So I feel like there's a chance for us to learn about a bunch of these monster characters and like maybe get interested in what they're doing, because they'll be doing cool ass things. I just feel like monsters and their power sets work better with animation, like the Frankenstein shit. I can imagine that looking really bad in live action, but
yes,
it looks cool here.
Yeah, and if they can capture the vibe of the last Suicide Squad movie,
yeah,
why not? Let's have some fun with it. I'm down for more of that.
The next thing is, this is unconfirmed, but at this point, very damn likely. Kumail is likely to be Booster Gold. If you scroll down to the original tweet here, Barrett, a couple weeks ago, there was an exclusive from Nexus Point News that the DCU found Booster Gold in Kumail Nanjiani. But then there was an interview with Kumail and James Gunn separately, and they're both kind of like, nothing's confirmed. Like, we haven't confirmed that yet. But then if you scroll back up now to the quote tweet, the update this weekend is our boy Zolo from
Cobra Kai.
Beetle and Cobra Kai seems to have like accidentally said, yeah, it's happening. So I'm all about that. Love some Kumail in my life.
Sure. He's phenomenal. He's funny as hell. So absolutely.
And a great pull for Booster Gold. I mean, a character that is funny and like over the top.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously we loved, he was one of the shining moments of comedy in the last Ghostbusters movie. So if you're going to put him in this, you got a guaranteed viewer from me on that one.
And Booster Gold, I don't think get his own movie. I think he's just going to be in.
No, he's going to be peppered in. Yeah, of course. I mean, maybe, who knows?
Who knows?
But later, you never know.
It's always fun to see who gets the crossover and gets cast in MCU and DC.
Well, now the James Gunn effect. You know,
Yeah.
we'll see who
Pulling
he's able to pull. This episode is brought to you by Shady Rays. Get ready for the season ahead with quality shades that are built to last. Our friends at Shady Rays have you covered with premium polarized shades that won't break the bank. Shady Rays is an independent sunglasses company that offers an unrivaled product that's just as good as any expensive pair that we've worn. Y'all know I've been outside a lot playing Pokemon Go, and it's been a great experience wearing my Shady Rays when I'm out and about looking dope. And that's not all. Shady Rays offers the most insane protection in all of eyewear. Every pair of sunglasses is backed by lost or broken replacements. If you lose or break your pair, even on day one, they told us they will send you a brand new pair, no questions asked. You can wear your Shady Rays with confidence because they have your back long after you purchase. Exclusively for y'all, Shady Rays is giving out their best deal. You can head to shadyrays.com and use code KINDAFUNNY for 50% off 2 or more pairs of shades. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. Shadyrays.com, use code KINDAFUNNY for 50% off 2 or more pairs of shades. This episode is brought to you by Hims. Guys, sometimes intimate moments happen spontaneously, and we always want to be ready so we can perform in the bedroom. Hims has treatments that can help you stay hard and last longer, giving you that boost of confidence so you can be ready whenever the mood strikes. Hims is changing men's healthcare by providing access to affordable sexual health treatments, all from the comfort of your couch. Hims provides access to a range of doctor-trusted ED treatments, such as chewable hard mints, proven treatments like Viagra or Cialis, or their generics for up to 95% cheaper. No insurance is needed. Pay one low price for your treatments, online visits, ongoing shipments, and provider messaging. And the process is simple and 100% online, so no uncomfortable in-person visits necessary. Start your free online visit today at hims.com/kindafunny. That's HIMS.com/kindafunny for your personalized ED treatment options. Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions, details, and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Good news! A new run of my children's book, Portillo the Wiener Dog Thinks He's a Manatee, is available for pre-order right now! Head over to kindafunny.com/store to snag one before the end of the week. And while you're there, pick up a few items from our Portillo merch line, including shirts, crew necks, and hats. Already got them? Grab for your favorite best friend. Christmas is only 5 months away!
So then moving out of the DCU, we're just going back to what is now branded. And I wish I had this here. I forgot to take the note down. But the Batman, the Matt Reeves Batman universe now has a name.
What are we doing?
And it's like the Batman Crime Universe of Crime Syndicates or something like that.
The Batman Epic Crime
Is that
Saga,
what it is?
I think is
yeah,
what it
the
is.
Batman Epic Crime Saga.
Now, yeah, it was
Interesting.
the best tweet I saw on this. Have you seen Zoolander?
Mhm.
Somebody replied to that tweet with the Derek Zoolander School for Kids That Can't Read Good and Can't Do Other Stuff Good either. I was like, that is perfect.
And it's civil. It's pretty disappointing for something that like is awesome. Like we have nothing but faith in this thing, you know? And
It's going to be
just
good no matter what.
Yeah.
But people were saying, they're like, look, Epic doesn't mean what you're thinking. Epic is obviously a more traditional meaning of the word, which is like unepic, like a Shakespearean epic or a Greek epic, rather, something like that. But it is a lot of words, and it doesn't roll off the tongue as much as just the Batman does. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So we got a trailer for The Penguin, starring Colin Farrell, our boy, of course, formerly known as Bullseye.
Another one of those shows that, you know, you heard it's been in the works. We've known this is coming. And
you don't quite believe it.
Yep.
But you don't quite believe it because you don't quite want it necessarily. And like, I loved Colin Farrell as Penguin. I thought he did a standout job of like bringing a different dimension to that character. And shout out for him for being like arguably still one of the best looking dudes in cinema, and just hiding behind all those prosthetics and really wanting to
Being like, that's him.
to go into that. And he was great.
Yeah.
He was great. I mean, he was again another one of the great characters in that already great movie. But I just don't know that I need this trailer has to sell me on this series. It's got to sell me.
I've not seen this. Have you seen this?
I have not seen it yet.
Let's check out the Penguin trailer.
Twailer.
Hi, I'm Colin
Twailer.
Farrell. Check
Look
out
at
the
this
trailer
guy, for
for
God,
my
he's
Christ's
so
sake.
hot.
He's so good looking.
Trust me, it's just the
The
beginning.
low neckline.
God,
Come
God,
on.
so much chest hair.
And the accent. God.
And Colin Farrell. I can't do it.
Come on. You can help me out.
Life is just a dream.
You promised me, Oswald.
I know, man.
I deserve a better life.
I'm working on it.
I like
It's
this.
set up for the honest man to succeed. That should be the American dream right there. You know, beautiful story with a happy ending. But that ain't the way the world works. America's a hustle. Not that I'm complaining.
Penguin, you waltzing in here like you mean something. We're in the middle of a gang war.
Carmine Falcone's dead.
If we don't protect what's ours, we just look weak. The streets are talking again. They know there's only one man big enough to run this city.
Do you remember Carmine's daughter?
Hell yeah.
Oh, I
I
didn't mean
love
to
her.
interrupt.
What?
I thought you was still at,
Arkham? No. I've been rehabilitated.
Bandersnatch or she's been in a ton of stuff. She's How I Met Your Mother. But what do I know her
Palm
from?
Springs, right?
Palm Springs. She was in an episode of Black Mirror.
That's what I'm thinking.
Knocked on my door.
That Star Trek episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's she playing? Falcone's daughter?
Is
But
she really after us?
is that she was in Arkham? Is that just because of crime stuff? Or?
Whoever controls the drug business controls the streets.
Oh, it's Sophia. Oh, okay. That's a.
I got it.
Oh, from Long Halloween?
I can help you.
Yeah, that's a different vibe.
Hey!
Not the,
Feel alive,
not the
Vic,
character
huh?
design I would have thought.
Feel your heart beating?
This city is meant to be yours, sweetheart. What are you gonna do to get it?
Oh. Trust me. It's just the beginning.
Evan's mom's birthday. September 19th.
Of course. They used to call
This
her
looks
the Penguin.
dope.
Yeah, go Joe. What do you think?
I'm into it. For DC and for Marvel, I feel like I always skew towards the like way more grounded stuff more than like the more cosmic things. And this is the shit I like. I'm so excited about this. This looks so good. Though I do definitely need to rewatch the Batman because I still think I've only seen it the one time.
Yeah, I've only seen it once.
You got to carve out like a week to watch it. It's so long. It's so long. I'm not even kidding. Like I watched it over 3 days last time I watched it because I was like, I love this movie. And then 4 hours in, I'm like, I gotta take a break. I gotta cool off for a little bit. I don't know that I finished it the second time. Still fantastic. I just ate my words, by the way, because that trailer looks great. And this actually looks really, really good.
I just like the direction. I like how serious they're taking it. That looks like an HBO show. I'm interested in the release strategy. Don't fuck me on this HBO.
What is the release strategy?
I don't know. It
I'm
just said
guessing
September
it's-
19th, which
It's a limited series, so I'm guessing. Here's my
Weekly
guess for the
rollout?
release strategy. Is it's going to be a weekly rollout for part 1, and then 6 months later, part 2 will come out, and then maybe they add a part 3, maybe a year from now.
No, that's the Netflix strategy.
Oh,
I feel
okay,
like
I'm sorry.
Max isn't as shitty about
As
that.
I finished Cobra Kai a week right before Comic-Con, I'm like, cool. When's the next one out? It's like, oh, it's not out until 2035.
Another 6 months.
We got to
or
just
whatever,
string you
yeah.
along right now. I'm like, oh, Ralph Macchio's hairline is not going to last that long.
Yeah.
weekly 10 episodes.
Okay, I'm into
dope.
it. A lot of people
Bring
say,
back appointment viewing.
in the chat, in the live chat, people were saying this feels like Sopranos meets Batman.
Which, like,
which
cool,
is cool. That's a
man.
good sell.
Yeah.
That's a good sell. They're saying that mostly because of the Italian mother. That's at the very beginning of it, and I get it. I get it. But this, Tim, I think you hit the nail on the head. I think it looks like an HBO show.
Yeah.
Which is the most important thing. This looks like a show where if you just took the word penguin out of it, would be a hard-hitting kind of spiritual successor to a Sopranos. And if you say that and HBO original, I'm kind of in. That's good for me.
Lemon Bendy in the chat says, if you didn't know the Penguin was a Batman character, nothing about this screamed comic book show, which is nice, and I 100% agree.
It's where you want. And you want that for the Batman universe because the Batman universe, the Batman epic crime saga for kids who don't read good, do other stuff good either. Doesn't. It's so grounded that you want this to be even more grounded than that. But here's the thing: it's an uphill battle. It's so hard making a sympathetic character out of one of these bad guys. But I think that Colin Farrell plays it. So he has such a dimension to it that I think he could absolutely pull this off.
I think
it looks good.
The Sopranos is also definitely like the font that they decided.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You think? Well, Sopranos, Godfather-y. Yeah, it's very, very, very.
Which if those are the vibes they're going for, sold.
Not going to be bad. Love this guy, Stamper from.
And wasn't he in another Batman thing? I could have sworn he's been in like some.
I know him from.
Lost?
What's that?
He in Lost? Is that the guy or no?
No, he was from the HBO or the Netflix House of Cards series. He was that guy.
Yeah.
He's always the sort of assistant to the president or the assistant to the person. Like he played Stamper, I think was the character's name. He was very creepy in that. But he's a great actor.
He was in Man of Steel. He worked at the Daily Planet.
That's right. He was Man of Steel, Daily Planet.
Yeah.
But he wasn't like I forget the name of the character. He was one of the guys that was like, hey, all the buildings are falling around. I'll go down with the ship or something like that. You're like, what? Why? Just get out. Just
No one's
leave.
asking you to do that.
Yeah, we don't want you to do that. We actually would prefer you not. It's a huge insurance liability if you stay in this building.
I'm excited for Kristen Milioti in
Thank
this
you.
too. I think it'll be a fun, different
interesting
vibe for
casting.
her.
Yeah, because Sophia, my only touchdown for Sophia Falcone was in the Long Halloween, right, Barrett?
Yeah.
And we got banned apparently.
Oh no!
Oh god. Yeah.
Great.
Love that.
Fucking Penguin.
Damn it. The pangs.
Yeah.
Pangs.
I'll try to work on that in the back end.
Cute.
Y'all keep doing your thing.
We're gonna keep doing our thing. We got
Keep
a
going.
super chat from CJ Splits on. That actually, I'll probably get back to that if we get live again. You know what I mean? Because it's a super chats for them. Yeah, let's just keep talking about.
What do you think?
I think it's cool. This seems very interesting. I am not that well versed in the Batman lore at the end of the day. Like there's some of the bigger, more classic comics. Like I've read Long Halloween and Hush and all that stuff. But like it's not like I know all the details of specifically all the crime stuff. Like crime stuff I'm interested in, but like I've never seen Goodfellas. I've never seen Scarface. I've never seen any of these movies.
Nick, how are we going to fix this?
I have failed you as your Italian best friend.
Yeah. So, like that type of stuff I am interested in. I just don't have a great kind of like understanding of, but that looks super rad. I very much enjoyed the Batman movie, and I'd go as far as saying I love it, even though like I didn't necessarily like think it was the best thing ever, but like what they did was very cool, and I like how different of a take and how much of a take it was on Batman. So I want more of that world, and them committing this hard to it, I think is really rad. And getting more of the kind of like backbone and structure to the crime world that Pattinson's in, I think is very sick. And love just the visual, the logo treatment that they have, it matching so much with the Batman, the red and black. Like
sick.
They knew what they had with that shit. So and yeah, I love that it seems like Reeves is involved in this as well. So it's like there's gonna be some level of like oversight from a unified vision for this epic creator universe clash thing, whatever the fuck they're calling it. So that's cool.
I think, look, you got to have, as a person who's watched pretty much every crime drama based on an Italian gangster family multiple times, the story of them coming up is always fun to watch, right? It's always fun. And the fact that this is a limited series and we're sort of going to get that story and probably not outstay its welcome, because like The Sopranos, like every other show that lasted longer than 3 seasons, kind of, you start getting to the point where you're like, well, we're getting a little long in the tooth on this one. And then the ending, of course, has been very controversial. But this, I think the fact that it's 10 episodes, and that's probably going to be all that it is, awesome. And maybe, who knows, maybe if this works well, they do something, they place around in that world a little bit more. But it looks like we're setting him up to be adversarial against Sophia, which, to inherit whoever's going to take over for Carmen Falcone. And I think that's interesting to me. It's cool.
Yep. So yeah, we got bumped off YouTube, so we're just going to be live on Twitch. We're going to upload this later to YouTube. So we will get to the super chat from CJ Splits on saying thoughts on the canceled Arkham Asylum show. I honestly don't even really have my head wrapped around that. Like, I think that was another one that was supposed to be in this universe, and then pandemic happened and stuff. I don't remember.
I don't recall that either. But R.I.P. Arkham Asylum show, and it was what are you going to do,
Barrett?
This is about an Arkham Asylum show?
Yeah.
I don't remember that at all.
I don't remember that at all either.
Yeah.
It's in there somewhere. It's in there somewhere. But there's been so many projects. I just don't freaking know.
It's hard to keep track.
But anyways, here we are on Twitch. Thank you all for joining over. So I see that Mega Nerd saying Twitch is at over 1,000 viewers. So thank you for making the jump from YouTube.
Thanks, everyone.
Y'all understand what's going on here.
Sorry about that. And just because of that, we're now going to, I don't know if you guys missed this or not, but we are going to be boycotting the Penguin show. We're not going to be watching that.
No more Penguin.
No more Penguin for us because YouTube is greedy.
Now, I want to move on for our last DC thing that we have here. This one is a little different, though, because this trailer actually came out a month ago. We just haven't watched it. And during Comic-Con, the reviews for this show dropped. Batman the Caped Crusader, a spiritual successor to Batman the Animated Series. So let's check out the trailer because it's getting really good reviews.
Have you seen this yet?
No.
Asking the question on everyone's mind these days, what do you think about the Batman?
I'm frightened. This whole city's gone to hell in a handbasket.
Well, he's breaking the law, ain't he? So they ought to catch that freak and lock him up.
This looks great.
I
Incredible.
won't say it's gonna be easy, but catching criminals is what we do. So this one dresses up like Dracula, so what? We're gonna take him down. What do we know about this Batman?
He's been beating the tar out of muggers and dope peddlers out there the last few weeks.
He's mostly been seen at night driving that hot rod of his 100 miles an hour.
And now he's even attacking our brave police.
Nice car.
This man is not a hero, he's a criminal. And his time in Gotham is up.
Mischief afoot, sir?
3 explosions in 2 weeks. Peculiar.
Sounds good.
There's something more going on here.
I want to say it's Jensen Ackles, but I don't think it is. I gotta look it up.
He knows
Bruce It'll be here in a second.
He's an itch that needs to get scratched.
The kings don't run this court anymore. The jester does.
Thomas Linklater.
Oh, it's the priest from Midnight Mass.
Oh, wow.
The streets of Gotham.
He sounds like Kevin
This is a
Conroy.
losing battle.
No.
100 other monsters will show up to replace anyone you take down.
Probably. But now they'll all know I'm coming for them.
Oh, yes.
God, he's nailing that voice.
It's good. Look at that. That's so sick.
Oh,
That looks so
That's
cool.
coming out this week?
We are 3 days away, everybody, from that. Whoa. That looks rad.
Let me tell you a little story, Tim. Let's go for a little walk.
Please take
this. I'm sorry, this is a bit of a walk, so Joey, please feel free to take a call or do whatever you need to do. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, Tim recommended that I buy an LG OLED.
Oh.
And then he recommended also that I buy a Apple TV stream to that LG OLED. Now, I listened to the first part, did not listen to the second part.
Okay.
Last week, my Amazon Prime app on that TV, which has been garbage since the inception of the TV, finally just stopped working. It's not loading.
fun.
It's not updating. The TV is not updating. And I go online I see this trailer, and I'm like, I need an Apple TV so that I can get my Amazon Prime app working so that I can watch this on my 5-year-old OLED, because that's how good this looks.
Yeah, this looks...
Speaking of which, Tim, do you want to go to Best Buy after this?
Let's go, baby. Always the answer is yes.
Yeah, I like Batman, and a lot of animated stuff is like way outside of my purview, so I have like no real attachment to the animated series. But this looks dope. It sounds dope. Hamish Linklater sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think that I will watch this just because it's not necessarily my vibe, but I'm glad that it exists, and it seems like people are very happy with it.
Yeah, that seems super cool. So I was looking at some of the reviews. IGN gave it a 7. So IGN not incredibly thrilled with it, but IGN gave it a 7. But if you bring up these tweets here, Barrett, we got a couple of...
Before I do, I feel like I'm obligated to say that IGN also gave Ghostbusters Frozen Empire a 4. So
yeah,
I just feel like I think that's in my updated contract that I need to bring that up.
That's a
Greg's
CEO
not in the-
Junior mandate.
Fair enough. Sorry about that. Thank you for that.
But we got one take news. It says Cape Crusader's the best Batman show in decades, filled absolutely stunning animation, an engaging story, and an all-time performance from Hamish Linklater as Batman. Prime Video's newest series is must-see television. And then we got I fell in love with Batman Cape Crusader. It's the best Batman series since the animated series by a landslide, and evokes everything about the Dark Knight and Gotham City and what makes them special. The person at Warner who decided to shop the show should get fired because they made a colossal mistake letting this one go. Please go support it on Thursday so we can get more seasons beyond the 2-season order.
Oh, a 2-season order though.
2-season order, and again, it being part of Prime. Prime's kind of killing it with like the sick, like we have Invincible, we have The Boys, getting a great Batman the Animated Series follow-up. I mean, that's pretty wild.
That was the wildest thing about this, because seeing it and then seeing the Prime logo pop up, I was like, why is this not an HBO Max show?
Yeah.
That is the weirdest. That's the weirdest thing ever. But hey, again, if I can support animation on Prime and they're the ones that want to give me more Invincible, more Batman, hell yeah, let's go. Jeff Bezos, take my money out of my pocket and stuff it in your mouth.